Hello, bakers and bakerettes. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope everyone is blessed. I hope everyone is safe. And I hope everyone is just grateful to see another year. Right? So, with that being said, today I'm going to I'm going to actually clean and cook some Uncle Ben's long grain rice. Uncle Ben's is not a sponsor of this video, but I do like his rice. Okay? Alright, so with that being said, I showed you in the intro what we're gonna need. You're gonna need a cup of rice, about 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 cups of water, and we're going to wash the rice really good. But prior to that, we're going to go ahead and get our water boiled. So I'm going to place the 2 cups of water in my boiler. Then I'm going to place the butter in the boiler, about 2 tablespoons enough. If you like salt and you can't cook without salt, you can add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt to your rice. I'm going to place the lid on it. Now place it on the stove on medium heat and allow this to come to a boil. Okay. While that's boiling, I'm going to wash the rice. Okay. So I'll have 1 cup of rice here, and I'm just using my little mesh strainer, and I just run it under some cool water. You can use cold. And I just wash the rice. This is pre-boiled rice. Some people high-boil theirs. No need. Okay, you don't want to take all of the nutrition out of the rice. Okay. And then I transfer the rice to my measuring cup. And I add some water to this measuring cup, because if there's anything in the rice that shouldn't be, it's going to be less dense than water, so it's going to float to the top. And I'm just going to pour the rice water off. And I'll do this a couple of times. And you can stir the rice up. But anything that's in there that shouldn't be, like little dry holes from the rice, if it's a rice that didn't really matriculate completely, or if it's one that didn't shell or hull out, they're going to float to the top. And you just simply pour the water off. And everything that's on the top is going to pour off. And this is anything that can't fit through your mesh colander, because you know only small particles or particulates can go through here. So if it's a hole from a rice, of course you know it's not going to filter through, but it will float to the top. If you never tried it, try it, and then leave a comment and let me know how much trash was in your rice. And it doesn't matter which brand it is. So the water comes off clean. I don't see anything settling on the top. So we'll do it one last time just for the sake of it. All right. And I do store my rice in one of the blue 5-gallon buckets with the top on it. I store all of my food, rice, my dried beans, everything. I store in those. So I don't have to worry about weavers and things like that. Alright, so the rice is clean. So we're just waiting on the water to boil, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the rice on. So while the water is coming up to 100 degrees, I'm going to place you on a pause, and I'll bring you back in when it's time to add the water to the boiler. So hold on. Okay guys, I'm back, and the water is boiling, and I don't want a brisk boil on the water. I just want it to start boiling, okay? And so now I'm ready to add my rice after I've cleaned it to my water. And of course, this is the buttered water. Okay, now usually some people add oil, like neutral oils. I just add butter, and that helps to keep the rice from like sticking. It like separates it. Anytime you add oil to any noodle or rice dish, it's going to prevent the stick. Okay, and make sure that the measurements are right. Now, with every 1 cup of rice, you're going to need 2 cups of water. Okay, and if you need to scale it down because it's one person, and you're going to do a half a cup of rice instead of a cup, then that will be half the water, which would mean a half a cup of rice per 1 cup of water, or 1 cup of rice per 2 cups of water, right? And again, if you would like to add salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt will do. But you guys already know, no salt. All right, so now that I have the rice in the water, I'm going to just simply place the lid on it. And whenever you're boiling, if you're working with the eyes on the left hand of your stove, make sure that the handle of the pot goes to the left. If you're working on the right hand side, make sure the handle of the pot goes to the, if you're on the right hand side, make sure the handle goes to the right. That way, that when you're trying to remove it or pick it up or slide it over, nothing spills out. You don't bump it, and end up with a hazard where you end up burned from scalded from hot water. Okay, so if you're working with the left side, keep the handles to the left. If you're working with the right side, keep your handles to the right. All right, so tip of the day. So now we're just going to allow the rice to do what it does. It cooks. There's no need to stir it or strain it because we're just steaming the rice. And usually in roughly about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the temperature, like I cook mine on like 4, it's gonna cook. The rice is gonna absorb the water. It's gonna become light and fluffy, and it's gonna be ready to serve. So I'll place you on a pause. When the rice is done, I'll bring you back into the cook, and we'll take a look at this rice. Hang tight. Hello everyone. Well, the rice is done, and so I'm going to bring you over and allow you to see how light and fluffy the rice is. Right? So let's take a look at it. All right, so we'll remove the lid, and as you can see, it's piping hot, it's steaming, and you will see that there's no water in the rice, and the rice is light and fluffy. Okay? And it's not sticking to the pan, okay, as you can see, right? So this rice is done, and rice is one of those staple dishes that you can pretty much serve over anything. You can serve it with fried chicken, baked chicken, fried pork chops, baked pork chops, beef stew, over rice. Of course, I'm going to serve it with boiled chitlins over rice, or you can serve the fried chitlins along with the rice. In any of the bean soup recipes that I prepare on my channel, you can serve those over rice because, of course, they are beans and they're soup. And you can serve it over the rice, or you can actually add the rice to it. So rice can be used for a variety of dishes, as a side dish, included in the main dish. It's just, you can serve it over like Parmesan baked chicken. You can serve it with like a seared salmon. You can do steak and rice. You can serve rice with so many different things. So this concludes our clean and cook of the Uncle Ben's long grain white rice, which as I said, I'm going to serve it along with some boiled chitlins, or as a side dish with some fried chitlins, depending on who wants what. But this is for those who do not own a rice cooker, because yes, I know you can use a rice cooker. And for those who want to know how to properly prepare rice on top of the stove because they don't have a rice cooker, this is your tutorial. So if you prepare the rice, please leave a comment and let me know how yours turn out. Thanks again for joining me on this epic clean and cook for the rice, and I will see you guys on the next one.